Prime Minister extends COVID-19 containment measures until February 10, projects 7 to 10% economic growth, and announces a national campaign against illegal guns and gangs. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Anthony Morgan. The Andrew Holness-chaired National Security Council (NSC) has agreed on the development of a national campaign against illegal guns and gangs. That decision followed Friday's first meeting of the NSC in the new year. The campaign will mainly target young men on all the major media platforms as it seeks to educate the population on the dangers of illegal guns as well as dissuade persons from dealing, trafficking, possessing, and using illegal weapons. In a statement, the NSC says a significant public education campaign will be launched as part of efforts to inform persons about the new Firearms Act and penalties for involvement with illegal weapons. The NSC also agreed to incentivize information sharing that leads to the recovery of illegal firearms. As such, a dedicated fund will be created to support established channels of intelligence gathering and information sharing. Prime Minister Andrew Holness left the island Thursday for the Bahamas, where he witnessed the reopening of Sandals Royal Bahamian Spa Resort. The 404-room Nassau-based hotel was renovated at a cost of $55 million. It's one of 4 Sandals resorts that were closed during the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic and have since been revamped and reopened. During Thursday's opening ceremony, Mr. Holness urged tourism stakeholders to exercise patience in the pandemic recovery process. Citing a recent UN World Tourism Organization survey, which shows visitor arrivals could grow by up to 78%, the Prime Minister expressed optimism that countries would recover stronger and better than before the pandemic.
We have to be nimble and constantly adjust and adapt to whatever the pandemic throws at us. What is clear, however, is that we must cast our eyes to moving beyond the pandemic.
Before his departure, Prime Minister Andrew Holness was in Parliament Tuesday, where he announced that the ongoing COVID-19 containment measures would continue unchanged until the morning of February 11. The nightly curfew remains in place between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. the following day. All other COVID-19 management measures also remain for the 2-week period.
All the measures, the curfew, the restrictions on gatherings, the requirements to wear masks, particularly indoors, to maintain physical distance, all remain in place. We have not, however, further tightened measures, as we know that would have had significant adverse impact on our economy and the livelihoods of Jamaicans who are already struggling.
In the meantime, the Prime Minister has made it clear that government will soon suspend the measures contained in the Disaster Risk Management Act (DRMA). Mr. Holness says though beneficial for public health during the onset of the pandemic, the measures have proven to be devastating to the economy, education, and other sectors. As such, he says the restrictions under the DRMA will be lifted in the coming months, removing impediments to economic recovery.
If it is that our vaccination rates don't rise to the level where we can be guaranteed herd immunity, then the government can only help our citizens by providing them with information, encouraging them to get vaccinated. But we cannot, and I repeat this point, we cannot keep our economy under restrictions. For the year ending March 2022, growth is projected to be in the 7 to 10% range. Now that's amazing, given the fall-offs that we had experienced.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness Tuesday on day 1 of the 2-day Jamaica Stock Exchange Regional Investments and Capital Markets Conference. Among the factors contributing to the economic recovery is remittances from the Jamaican diaspora, which the Prime Minister says buffered the island's balance of payment and net international reserves when the tourism sector was shuttered due to COVID-19. Rebound is also being seen in the tourism and construction industries, and the country is enjoying a favorable consumer and business confidence rating. Mr. Holness is attributing these positive economic signs to government's COVID-19 containment measures and growth-inducing activities during the height of the pandemic. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has made the case for Jamaica to focus more on future industries that will be relevant in this fourth industrial revolution. The Prime Minister is urging Jamaican industry leaders and entrepreneurs to leapfrog and meet the demands of the new world economy with rapid changing technology so that the island isn't left behind.
We must bring new ideas and technologies to expand and increase efficiency of our traditional industries. We must also create and invest in the industries of the future to diversify our industrial and productive base.
Mr. Holness also used the Regional Investments Conference to urge commercial banks to reconsider the imposition of new banking fees.
My job as a leader of the government is to facilitate as much with market-based approaches and solutions. But I have a higher duty to protect the equity of the country, to protect the vulnerable of the country. I am not here appealing to your conscience. It makes good business sense to protect the people of the country.
And that's it for Jamaica House Weekly. Be sure to join us again for more of the news stories coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.